What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Remedy. I wanted to make a video response to a user who sent me, or a subscriber that sent me a message about what's a better program for him to follow in terms of IT, the IT field, in terms of acquiring a degree. Okay, so you have a list of four programs, which is project management, web design and management, information security and management. Um, well, I should say that's three. Um, I'm gonna break down all three of them for you. Starting from the top, project management. This is a shaky market, and the reason why I say that is because you're only going to be as good as the projects that are going to be available. So when the recession hit a few years ago, companies started taking focus on their budgets. So projects that were there or that were supposed to be set off before are not going to be available later because of the budget. So they started phasing out different projects, and project managers got let go. Um, and that comes with the market. Your management skills are only going to be as best as your projects that are going to be available. And because there was a lack of projects available during the recession because companies couldn't afford to spend, your project managers were the first ones to go. Um, so that I wouldn't say that that's something to aspire to be. You can always do project management as you go along within the field. That's something you pick up really. I took project management. I wouldn't suggest that you do it. At least I wouldn't pay for it. I would let my employer pay for it personally. That's just me though. Web design and management. That's okay. Um, if you're into web design, if you're into graphic development and things like that, graphic arts and things like that, that's okay. Um, and the reason why I say it's okay because a lot of the web has moved from 1.0 to 2.0. In case you didn't may have not noticed that, the advent of YouTube and other social media platforms such as Facebook and things like that, that's all part of Web 2.0. How you integrate um, streaming information and things like that. That's all part of it. That's why you're able to get Twitter and things like that. Before 10, 12, 15 years ago, they wouldn't have had a Twitter because the web hadn't moved on to 2.0 yet. It was still in the phase of 1.0, which is just HTML, basic URL linking. That's it. So there was no RSS feeds like that. So in terms of web design and management, that's okay too if you're into graphic arts and designing websites. That's pretty much it from there. I mean, if you're not good at graphics, then I wouldn't get involved too much. But information security management, IS management, that's a huge market. If you go to usajobs.gov and put in your zip code, either where you are currently or where you're from, birth-wise, origin-wise, you'll see that there's a number of jobs popping up now because of the way the technology has sped up so fast in the last couple of years. Um, it's sad because the government is still trying to keep up. Um, they're gonna hire the most out of all companies. If the government was considered to be a company or entity for that matter, they're gonna do the most hiring because they're they're looking to secure standards for the internet itself. For whatever reason, the United States feels that they're the moderator or the mediator for net neutrality or something like that. They feel that they should have to step in and they should write the policies and things like that. Before there was no policies with the internet at all. That's why all the music sharing sites and things like that, all that stuff was there because there weren't any policies before. But now, with the advent of Web 2.0 and things like that, hackers and people hack, WikiLeaks and things like that. That's stuff they're looking to secure now. So IS management is a new market. The government calls it information assurance, which is IA, information assurance. It's a little bit different from IS, but the principles are mostly the same. Um, IS is probably the best program that you can take in terms of the IT field. I like I said, I have a degree in it myself, and I'm finishing up my master's in it too. So it's probably the best field, and it's going to be a growing field because of um, mobile products such as the iPad, um, the Barnes and Noble Kindle. The Nook, and, Amazon's Kindle. They're looking to lock down a lot of ways. They're looking for ways to lock down the way how media is distributed and things like that. So they're looking to protect their intellectual property as well. So IS management is definitely a program to be looking at. Most most people who get into IS usually start off. I don't want to say help desk, but you get into a lot of junior administration. So web servers, um, application security, firewall management. That's the key word I was looking for. Key position I was looking for. Firewall management. That's a huge market now. You can tell China is an example of a continent that is looking at or a country that's looking at IS management seriously. They block Google for a long time, and they blocked many other websites from entering the entering China's domain. So a lot of Chinese people or residents of China were trying to um, view certain American websites and they couldn't see it. And that's because the Chinese government pretty much locked down their what they call ABRs, area border routers, so that you couldn't see anything out if you were a resident, because they're controlling the way how you view the internet security wise. Um, and I mean, you can see as an American, you can see Chinese websites and so forth. But when it came to residents of China, they couldn't see certain American sites and certain European sites and so forth. So they definitely did a good job of securing their platform in China. And that's just an example of IS management in itself, in a nutshell. Most corporations are looking for IS management now, or IS employees now, because I mean the web has grown to 2.0 and it's supposed to be growing even faster now. 2.1 and 2.2 and so forth. They're going to be moving on to different types of platforms such as in-home video conferencing and things like that. So IS manager is probably the best degree for you to be looking at in terms of the IT field. Um, and again, the government does the most hiring in terms of that. In terms of IS security, if you're going to do that, I would definitely look to start doing some side contract work in order to get your feet wet, because you don't want to go into a situation where you wait until you graduate and you don't really have the experience. You want to try to get in a few contracts throughout the year. A contract here for 3 months and a contract here for maybe 2 months, something like that. Something to put under your on your resume that says that I've been in the field too. Because you're going to be dealing with big time people from up top that are relying on you to present them with information that is in layman terms for them in terms of security, because they don't know anything about security at all. I mean, a good example is if of this is a printer on a network is susceptible to being hacked. A lot of people don't know that, but a hacker can go right through the network and hit your printer and grab the jobs that come to the printer that may be confidential and take the data from it. Because some of the corporate multifunctional printers have hard drives to them, and the hard drives hold data, and the data may be corporate confidential data that the hacker may be looking for. Takes the data from the printer's hard drive or the memory or whatever storage is there, and comes back out the network and then vanishes off. You never see him again, or you never knew that he even hit the network. So that's just an example of um, some of the threats that IS security managers have to deal with. I hope that answers any of your questions. I'm kind of sick right now. All right, give me a holler back, and I'll see if I can answer any more questions. All right, peace.